What's going on, guys? It's Hunter Darling, High Definition Sports here. I'm just gonna, I just did the Pittsburgh Steelers, so I decided to stay in the AFC North here, going with the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burr himself, Jamar Chase. I don't think Tee Higgins is going to be there much longer. So I decided to do a mock draft. And first and foremost, let's go over this team, this current depth chart. They just signed Trent Brown today, which puts two behemoths at the bookend tackles. Obviously, performance-wise, you would like to see them perform a little bit better, especially Orlando Brown Jr. But Trent Brown is a great signing. Mike Gesicki at tight end I love that signing. I cannot say how much I love that signing. Joe Burrow has a track record of elevating the tight ends in his room at the quarterback position. I do think there's a hole at the running back position with Chase Brown and Zach Moss. Travion Williams and Chris Evans have been misses. And they've addressed their potential losses at the wide receiver room by drafting guys like Charlie Jones last year and Andre Iosivas. I think they do like what they have in Andre. Charlie's a wait and see. Obviously, he was injured. But going to the defensive side of the ball, caveat, I believe interior offensive line is in need, and I think that will be addressed. So when I do this mock draft, it should be addressed. Defensive-wise, they have gone for edge so many times. I think they might potentially will go for it again this draft. They took Miles Murphy last year in the first-round pick, and it's a wait and see with him. Obviously, you want to give him more than 1 year. You know what I mean? To see what he can do. Sheldon Rankins they signed because they let DJ Reader go. He went to the Detroit Lions, which I can't say how much of a loss that is because that's a big move. I mean, that's a huge move for the Detroit Lions. But they replaced him with Sheldon Rankins, who's pretty good. I would give that signing a B. Sam Hubbard, Trey Hendrickson, Jermaine Pratt, Logan Wilson. Those are the two. Those are the big time guys that have in the room. Cam Taylor-Britt, DJ Turner. I mean, they've done an outstanding job in drafting secondary, but then they signed Von Bell and Geno Stone this free agency. Both of them B-level players as well. With this, I mean, I think, in my opinion, personally, I believe they have the best defensive coordinator in the league in Anarumo. And Dan Pitcher, I don't know how good of an offensive coordinator he's going to be and how much he's going to contribute. Obviously, they lost Callahan to the Titans. So it's a wait and see. But you feel more comfortable over that than losing Anarumo because your head coach has a offensive play calling background. Nickelback, they still have Mike Hilton. You still have Jordan Battle, Dax Hill. Like, your versatility at the DB spot is great. Okay. It's going to be like, I personally like Jay Tufele, Travis Bell out of Kennesaw State last year. It's a wait and see on him. BJ Hill. I mean, it's not a bad rotation. I think they're going to address that as well. Yeah, so potential needs are there, but this is really a really good roster still. Like, this could compete, but it is in the tests of all tests division wise. You know what I mean? So here we're gonna do this little mock draft here. Remember, no trades. I think I already clarified that. No trades in the last video. If you haven't watched the last video for the Pittsburgh Steelers, please do. Any support, like if you could like this video, comment, subscribe, it would mean the world to me. I'm starting to get consistent in this. I'm going to do this full time. I have a job. I have a coaching background, coaching at the collegiate level, mostly offense, but at the University of Texas it was safeties. And I coached internationally. I play called internationally and won a championship there. But unfortunately, man, life happens and you gotta pay the bills, man. So is it still sharing my screen? Let me make sure it's still sharing my screen here. Make sure it's okay. It should be showing my screen now. So Bengals pick 18. Remember, no trades. Can't turn that off on this thing as well. Brian Thomas just went. Taliesin Fuaga went to the Steelers, which interesting considering they got Broderick Jones and Dan Moore Jr. But I've seen worse. Brock Bowers to the Colts is great. Brock Bowers to the Bengals would be insane. Like, I think. Ooh, Jets taking Rome Odunze. The Jets just signed Mike Williams, so I don't know if they're going to take Rome Odunze, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. I think this is a team that would look at taking a guy like Brock Bowers. Okay, but we're not doing the Jets. We're not doing the Colts. Steelers is the last one. You know what I mean? We're doing the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, Jared Verse. That's a really good one, man. Jared Verse and the Bengals would be nice, but they cannot do it back to back, right? So we're here. Considering the fact that you are probably trading Tee Higgins, I think you're going to draft a Tee Higgins replacement, and Adonai Mitchell would be lovely. Keon Coleman, yeah, but I personally, they are really good prospects. Both are really good prospects, both really skilled receivers. Xavier Worthy doesn't not really a fit for that offense, especially when you're replacing a guy like him, like Tee Higgins. I wish I could do the draft capital for potential trade and what you would get, but I would much rather wait and see and then do another mock draft based off what they trade for him. And dude, who the hell knows? They might trade him draft night in late April. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to draft based off the moving off Tee Higgins. Okay. So Adonai Mitchell, great frame, 6'3", yeah, 6'2", 205. I think he's 6'3", in cleats especially. But this dude is a fucking stud. Great job separator. Dude has one of the best packages as far as contested catch and, going up and high pointing the football. This is a great person to have for Joe Burrow and a great replacement for a guy like Tee Higgins in this offense. So that's going to be the pick, Adonai Mitchell. You shouldn't miss a beat whatsoever. You should not miss a beat. Andre Josefas, you're losing Tyler Boyd, but it's going to be okay. All right, now you're here. Pick 49. You're just going to stay in the University of Texas, man. Take Tavondre Sweat up front, beef up that defensive line. That is a bang, bang pick. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the University of Texas. I know I coached at Texas, and I swear I'm not being biased. That is a great get in the second round for the Cincinnati Bengals. So now we've addressed the wide receiver room. You got a guy on a one-year deal in Sheldon Rankins, but you lost a guy like DJ Reader, who's a big-time plug guy, okay? He's not necessarily a big-time pass rush guy, but, dude, he eats double teams like nobody's business, and you need a guy up front who has a big frame that can eat those double teams. That's why they got a guy like J2 Fele as well. But if you get Tavondre Sweat up front, you don't have to worry about that much longer. So now you're here at pick 80. I think they're going to take two receivers in this draft. I'm not going to do it right now, but just keep that in mind. I think they're going to take two. They're potentially losing two receivers. I know they drafted two last year, but you want to, when you have a guy like Joe Burrow, you want to keep that. Okay. You want to keep that. Next pick. This is pretty seamless in my opinion, but I want to take a look at the interior offensive lineman here. Okay. Mason McCormick's a good player. Zach Zinter, Dominic Pooney. That might be my pick, Dominic Pooney. Yeah, no, I'm not going to take Tanner Bortolini. Bo Limmer's not bad. Hunter Norzad, not bad, but you don't want to take him this early. Dominic Pooney's a great player. I mean, dude, I'm raving about this guy. I love this guy and the mean streak he plays with. Watch Kansas's offense this year. Okay, Jalen Daniels got hurt. But dude, their run game was nuts. Okay, and they had Jason Bean at quarterback, and they looked great. They looked fucking fantastic up front. Okay, so Dominic Pooney's a great get. You gotta love that pick. Take Dominic Pooney. Okay. You got to protect Joe Burrow, man. Like I know the kid's tough and all, but you got to protect Joe Burrow, man. Okay. So we're here now. There is some stuff here that you would love to get, but I think they go running back here, man. Braylon Allen's is just not. I'm worried about Braylon Allen at the next level a little bit. Marshawn Lloyd, there's no way he falls here in round 3. I don't even want to draft him because of the. I think he might be RB1 off the board. You know what? I think we're gonna go Jalen Wright. I think Jalen Wright's a great pick. This dude ran flying at the combine. Okay, this guy was absolutely flying. I'm gonna pull up his combine scores, and if you watch his tape, it's a very tough tape to evaluate because of that offense. And typically, those offenses are very tough to evaluate because it's so wonky and defenses change. Oh, great! And defenses change it up on based off of how just schematics, and that's just how football is. But he ran in a light box a lot, dude. 4.38. Yeah, 4.38 40. 10-yard split of 155. Like, this dude's moving. Good vert, good broad. Like, this dude is moving, man. You got to get a guy like this, okay? Especially in this offense, you need a for sure thing. You cannot rely on like a Chase Brown and Zach Moss, and you can't take Jalen Wright, and we'll hit it moving forward. Pick 115. We're back here now. Remember, we're not going to trade. That's a good trade offer from the Colts, but we're not going to do it. Jalen Hunt is a good developmental edge. Great tools. Not ready to play right now, though. Okay. So now with this pick, you're going to take advantage. You're going to take Javon Baker. This is a stud out of UCF. He needs to develop a little bit, but this is a damn good wide receiver, and you need damn good wide receivers in the AFC this year, especially. So take Javon Baker, and now you have a whole arsenal. You got Jamar Chase, Adonai Mitchell, Javon Baker, Andre Yosefas, Charlie Jones. You still have Trent Irwin. Like, you got guys now, okay? This is a really good move moving forward, and it's definitely worth it. Theo Johnson, pick around 5, might be the pick. I'd like to just scan this to make sure I'm doing this correctly. They fucking love Clemson guys, dude. Christian Jones is a good pickup as well. Zion Tupolowo-Fatui. I think that's how you say it. Mo Kamara is a good player as well. Yeah, Dallin Holker. Ooh. I do like Dallin Holker a lot. Okay, so I thought about it. Theo Johnson's going to be the pick here. It's only a 1-year deal for Mike Gesicki, I believe. You want to get a guy to replace Mike Gesicki. That's a great person to have in this room. Because listen, you have all this cap room. You want to make sure you land and hit hard on your rookie contracts, especially moving forward. You're going to have to pay Jamar Chase, dude. Like, you're going to have to pay guys. And that's why they moved off Joe Mixon. It wasn't a talent thing. It might be a locker room thing. I don't fucking know. I'm not there. But cap-wise, you're starting to come up on some serious things here. So they're getting ahead of it now, which is beautiful, brilliant. But now you see in this mock draft, dude, we fucking hit it so far. Adonai Mitchell's fucking stand-up player, elite player, especially as a wide receiver too. T'Vondre Sweat, great player. Dominic Pooney, great player at offensive guard. Should start week 1. Jalen Wright probably will compete for that RB1 job. Javon Baker won't start, but dude, he's a fucking talented wide receiver and should be a starter moving forward later on. Theo Johnson will be the starting tight end next year. So far, killing the game in this draft. Tanner McLaughlin, I love. So, I mean, there's obviously tons of options in this draft. Brevin Spanford, it's kind of hit and miss. I wish he had a quarterback at Minnesota so you could evaluate him properly, but you move forward, man. We're here. So let's go here. Let's keep going. Let's look at here. DeCamerion Richardson's a good player, and this team always drafts corners. Great, dude. He's getting so the corners in this draft are so slept on. This is a good corner draft, and I don't understand, for the life of me, I can't understand why. Great depth of it, maybe, and so the quantity of it must be pushing the value down the board, up and down the board. But this is a great corner class, so you'll be able to there will be teams that get a starter in the later rounds. Come back to this video, and you'll be like, holy shit, you're right. Carlton Johnson's another one, okay? Great corner. Quentin Newsom I kind of like, but hit and miss. And then you can also take a running back later in this 6th round as well, if this is the way the board's going to shake out. So I think DeCamerion is the pick here. I know you got Cam Taylor-Britt, but depth-wise, Depth-wise, you're really looking at potential issues. So take a guy like DeCamerion Richardson, fits the type of corner build that they want, and dude, this dude's tape's fucking phenomenal. You got to get a guy like this in your room, man. All right, round 6, pick 214. I mean, so far we have nailed this mock draft. If you're a Bengals fan, you've got to be fucking stoked. Please comment what you think, man. I really do appreciate it. Anything you guys say helps out tremendously. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch my video and, and hear my perspective on things. It means the world to me. It really does. Okay. Kyle Hergel. This guy started his career at Texas State, transferred to Boston College, plays with a nasty streak, man. And again, you're going to continue to take guys to protect Joe Burrow, or you can go hit this edge room with Gabriel Murphy. What I'm going to do, because I have 224, I'm going to swing on Hergel now and see if he can become a starter. And then I will take a guy like Gabriel Murphy just to add to that edge room, because this team that's just built off of rotating their edges. Ooh, is he there? He's there, dude. Oh, man. Let me make sure we're good here. Nehemiah Pritchett's a good player. Dylan McMahon, he's kind of in when I watch his tape. Drake Nugent, same thing. I like him, but I don't love him. Sundiata Anderson, I'm pretty sure I said that name right. Good player. He's not better, in my opinion, than Gabriel Murphy, though. The Murphy twins caused consistent havoc this year for all Pac-12 offensive lines. Now we're here again at round 7, dude. This has been an outstanding draft so far. This has been they've hit this draft out of the park. I love this one so much more than the Steelers one. Okay. This is going to be my pick, and I'm going to explain this one. Aneem Dankwa. So in getting Orlando Brown Jr. and Trent Brown, I feel like I know what this front office wants in their offensive tackles specifically. And Aneem Dankwa fits that. I wonder if it's going to show me. Yeah, 6'7", 353. Gives you the exact frame that I'm talking about. You want guys like that that'll fit the exact frame. He should not play for 2 years. He should not. He needs to learn. He needs to get in the weight room, get in the program, learn, grow through this team. And this is a great developmental tackle for them to grab and protecting Joe Burrow. Andrew Rhymes, another good player as well. You could have gone him as well. So that'll conclude the Cincinnati Bengals. The next one I will do will be the Baltimore Ravens mock draft. And I'll drop that one tomorrow. So we're gonna have a quick rundown here. Adonai Mitchell, because you're losing Tee Higgins, you're gonna have more draft capital probably in this draft as well, or future drafts. So Adonai Mitchell's a great player to have to replace Tee Higgins. He's probably, dude, I'm telling you, this is a guy, especially with a guy like Joe Burrow. Not many guys throw a ball like Joe Burrow, especially for what Adonai Mitchell succeeds and thrives at. Get a guy like Adonai Mitchell to replace Tee Higgins. It might elevate your offense as opposed to what it was with Tee Higgins and Jamar Chase. T'Vondre Sweat, great player. He's a little bit older, but he's a great guy in the run fits. And this guy has good pass rush moves too. It'll give you another dimension that for Lou Anarumo and his defense. Dominic Pooney, we got to protect. We got to protect Joe Burrow, man. Got to protect Joe Burrow. Got to, especially in this division. This whole division is going to come after Joe. Jalen Wright, we got to get a running back. We cannot run out there with Zach Moss and Chase Brown. I think we're all good, man. We got to get another running back. Jalen Wright will definitely show some stuff here. This guy can fucking go. So that's a great pick as well. Javon Baker, we're going to add to that wide receiver room. Should not start, but we want to add to that wide receiver room. Make the strength even more strength, because that's what these elite teams have. They have elite strengths. You need an elite strength. Theo Johnson should be the tight end next year, but, when they go 2 tight end sets, which is not out of the realm. Like, this is an offense that's very predicated upon, like putting big bodies in there. And primarily when they have 2 tight ends in, they'll have motions. So you want an athletic tight end for sure. If you're going to have 2 tight end motions and still try to be explosive, Theo Johnson will definitely provide that. He's a very athletic tight end, good size, good frame. Didn't really get to show it at Penn State last year, but not many guys on Penn State got to show their full ability last year, unless you're Nick Singleton, who's not even in this draft. But otherwise, he'd be a Bengal too. DeCamerion Richardson, love this corner. This dude has great frame. Watch his tape at Mississippi State if you can. Dude is a stud, flat out stud. Kyle Hergel fucking plays with a mean streak, dude. That's a mean motherfucker right there. put him on that offensive line. Shouldn't start right away, but definitely could develop into a guy that you're like, hey, dude, he's been in the league 8 years. You know, he's been playing for a good amount of time. Gabriel Murphy, add to that edge room, man. Add to that edge room. You have Osai, you got Murphy, you got fucking you got Trey Hendrickson, you got Hubbard, like you got guys. So add to that edge room, make that strength, even more strength. Like you're in a position where you can do that on a rookie deal. And Donkwa, same thing. Protect Joe Burrow, protect Joe Burrow, protect Joe Burrow. Should develop perfectly. Okay. That is it. That is my 7-round Bengals mock draft. Dude, if you guys can and you stayed for the whole video, please give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be dropping videos every day until this draft hits. And then I'll be dropping dropping draft grades. I cannot say again how from the bottom of my heart how much I appreciate you guys being here, man. Yeah, this is that, dude. I love this game. I love this game. I gave my life to this game after the Army, and yeah. So if you guys can, man, please support the channel, man. I really do appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me. So let me know what you guys think, man. Peace.